This is Jaded Kisses, and I wanted to do like a brief scope on just different sewing machine basics and different sewing basics. Right now we're looking at one of my sewing machines, and this is a Brother, and this is like the model, and these are different stitches. This is turns back. This is the helps with the feeds and things. Sewing isn't as hard as people think it is. Here's selects which stitches you're using, the length and the width that corresponds with the graph that's over here. Now, for people who are new to sewing, it's basically following instructions, almost like a science. If you know that you know what a seam allowance is or different pins and things. So I'll do a quick run through of some things that I'm working on and different tools that you need for sewing. This is it's a chalk marker. It's chalk. When you lay your fabric and things like that out, you mark the edges with this, and it leaves the color on so you can pin it together, line it up and pin it together. This is another variation of that, and this is tailor's chalk. With most sewing machines, you get this little pouch, and inside the pouch comes the different feet, which would be this. That's your foot, and this is the release and lets it. It's a lever that lets it up and down, or that's the threader. Now, with the pouch that I was just showing you, this has all of your tools that go with your sewing machine. And if you're just brand new to starting sewing, then these are some things that you want to look out for. Also, quick note about what isn't a sewing machine. Different sewing machines have different pieces. This is a serger. Now, this is an industrial thing that mostly you can use it on knits as well as woven, which are two different types of fabric. Wovens are pieced together thread by thread. Knits are it's like your sweaters and things like that. For the serger cuts the edges off, and it sews your pieces together, and it has a clean edge. And I'll show you an example right here. I'm working on a pair of shorts. The white part is the serged edge, and that's done by this. This is my pocket facing, and these are needles, and the blue lines are what's used by the tailor's chalk or the marking chalk, so you can see what type of hem or what type of seam allowance you're going to use to put the pockets together. Here I'm using a 5/8 seam. This is a seam ripper. This is useful when you sew something together and it doesn't quite go as well as you thought it was going to go. So you have to take it out, which means like if you're using it to fix corrected seams or seams that aren't as straight as you like them, you use something like this. You also need a pin cushion. Here's mine. This one was done by a classmate of mine a few years ago, and I keep my pins and stuff in it. Here's another variation of that. That would be this. This one is super useful because it's magnetic. Nothing's better than having a magnetic piece. So let's see. This button here, when you're sewing, it tells you it goes back over it, so it does a back tack. And all the sewing machines have these little notches and little nodes. So this is where you put your thread. This is where you put your spool, and when you put it on there, you can thread it on there so it doesn't have, and it goes in the bottom of here. So the piece that goes here, you wind additional thread on there, and it goes to the bottom thread feed. These are your tension guides. It helps with another tension guide. This lifts and lowers your foot. This is where your needle goes. The little things down here, those are your feed dogs. And this is where your second piece of thread goes. I will be doing a few tutorials and things like the shorts that I'm working on, little pieces like that. So if you're interested, let me know what you want to see.